Yeah, folks, Quillyteen here, and welcome to our Monday live stream, where I'd actually considered doing a slightly different one-off game today, but the call of Oxygen Not Included was too significant. Things I want to work on today, I want to keep exploring the map. Now that I know, it's weird, now that I know that the map is like a closed area, a limited area, or at least left and right, I don't know about like vertically down, it's given me a, well, then I got to uncover it all, right? Whereas if it was infinite boundary and there was no concept of uncovering it all, then it feels different. But here it's like, yes, I want to explore. The other thing I want to do is work on air quality. And I think one of the things that I run into before is I kept running into like, why isn't the chlorine moving the way that I expect? Why isn't it going down faster? And I think one of the things came down to I wasn't generating enough oxygen pressure to sort of shove it out of the way. So that's one of the things that is hopefully we set up at the end of last. Why am I slightly yellow? Man, I'm going to have to look into a new webcam that doesn't constantly reset all of its settings. Like the white balance. It's maybe a little bit more. I got to get one of those like photographer guides that like give you a white balance index. Anywho, I think by pumping more oxygen in here and increasing the oxygen density, which had been really low, like a lot of these density spots are fairly low, is what's going on. So things mostly just have to be shoved out of the way, and then theoretically maybe the chlorine is going to get like tamped down and sent down. We could also collect it and do some cleaning things, which might be something we look into, but we'll see. Yeah, a lot of DSLR as a webcam these days does look good, because then it can't, well, you still control a bunch of the stuff digitally, but I'm hoping the things are more in camera, or at least its ability to detect color balance and white balance and brightness levels and exposure levels might just be smarter out of the box. I don't know. Anyway, as per usual, before things started, I went and queued a bunch of things, probably too many things, but we'll see. One of the things, and I did put it in a super low priority, is I may go and get this carbon skimmer built over here. Since knowing now that like the carbon skimmer won't draw power if it's not doing anything, I would like to keep this area free of carbon dioxide, because the whole idea is maybe we can get it to collect more chlorine so that it self-cleanse the area, which isn't going to happen. I don't know if this will count as submerged or not for these purposes. Well, we'll mess around with it. We'll play with different options. I think this water reservoir works fine submerged. I could always go and knock down this wall, spread it out, which would lower the water volume for a little bit, and it might be totally fine. I don't know. But I set it at priority 1, so like, which is probably going to be effectively the same as turning it off. You know, I said, oh, there's no planning mode in this game. I'm pretty sure that. One of the things I'm going to do is I'm probably going to ask more specific questions and try to get a little bit more feedback from people. I still, you know, sort of directing and bossing around and being like, do this thing is still not what I'm looking for, and from a no backseating point of view, but I do want to accelerate things a little bit. I think these sweetles have to be knocked down a little. That looks a little bit dense, so let's do that. I would still love to get the automated, like, meat barbecuing system in play. One thing I didn't realize, I saw a random note. Does being in a lit area increase work speed? I'm going to put a light over here and keep this area lit. I don't know. We did put the light over here, and that may have been a long time ago, some advice from people about that. So I'm going to do that. Yeah. And I don't know how many areas we've got where people are truly spending tons of time doing things. I suppose actually the grooming station's not necessarily the quickest. So that might represent another little bit of a time sink. Do you guys kind of light everything up? I wonder, should I get my farm areas lit? I don't know. Interesting. We don't actually run power on this floor. Probably. Man, if one day I could ever draw a straight line, boy, wouldn't that be nice. All right. 15% more work speed. That is quite a lot. Is there polluted water in the clean water tank? Yeah, what is... I don't know what grabbed that. Did something fall in? I'm thinking maybe something fell in? Now, how much of a problem is that going to be? And how do we fix it? Because if it gets slurped up at some point... Yeah, I'm not sure. Bottle opener wrong last time. Okay, right. And I guess I got one chunk in here. Yeah, the germs might go up. Well, this is already kind of germy water because we're not actually cleaning that, right? We're doing the water sieve to turn it from polluted to clean, but it keeps the germs in there. If the quantity is low, you can mop up underwater. That can't. I could enclose it. It's like, it's a little bit funny but I could just enclose that little bit. If we could somehow get this to spread out or something. We'll see. Anyway, so one of the things I did before the stream is I did queue up a little bit of walking. I was actually like, didn't realize, hey, we've got this like big indirect path to get to this area. It turns out it's actually not too far away from our base over here. So I'll do that because we want to open this up. There's some nice resource to get over here, a bunch of iron and stuff. We want to reveal this area for whatever the frack that is. Is that golden sleetweed or just, no, it just can't grow. That's why it's that color. There's another anti-entropy thermo nullifier. And, ooh, a closed door over here. Okay, that's interesting. Love the oxalite here. In fact, I'm going to go and intentionally mine a little bit out just to accelerate the rate at which that goes. There's more oxalite over here, which is nice, and then plenty of ore and things like that. So that's good. Like I said, now that I know that the map is limited, I don't remember if we noticed it last stream because I was looking on the left in this stream and I was like, oh, we got another map edge over here. And then like giant amounts of neutronium. That I guess the outer wall might be neutronium, but I guess it pokes out a little bit more. And speaking of, when I was snooping a boot, I saw this over here. We got another neutronium bit, so presumably some other volcano or geyser or whatever. Would still be nice to find a hydrogen one at some point probably, so we can use that for some power gen. That'd be okay. I suppose another natural gas one wouldn't be the worst thing in the universe either. I don't know if you can get a carbon or iron volcano, but those could, or I meant copper or iron volcanoes. Those also could theoretically be something. Often easier to see neutronium using temperature overlay. Oh, that's interesting because the neutronium is like immeasurable. Okay. Yeah, okay, that does make it a little easier to spot. So there's that. Any other that we see and don't know about yet? You know, even with the... Oh. Hello, you. Oh. Well. Let's get close to it. It's all abyssalite. There's granite over here. I mean, I like the idea of digging from the top because then things can't overflow out. I don't necessarily like breaking the abyssalite. On the other hand, keeping this area on the cool side. I mean, I can rebuild it with insulation, I suppose. You can put air vents with chlorine through water. I think it's more effective to put water in a tank with chlorinated room. Yeah, and I was also looking like, okay, if I've got some air with germs, like I'm not talking about the polluted air, which I do have some extra deodorizers going down to clean some of that up. But some of the air has germs in it. I was like, oh, how do we clean that? You can pump it into a thing, then put it in chlorine. But it sounds like as long as like clean air, like regular oxygen, as long as it's not being exposed to a new source of germs, those germs do go away eventually. So we'll see. And yeah, but I am still thinking, like, we've got the chlorine vent over here. We've got this water pool over here. We might, you know, there might still be some things that go on over there at some point. We shall see. You don't dig the second block from bottom to top and left to right of the geyser. It doesn't act. Okay, hold on. I feel like I'm going to need a chart. Okay. Second block from bottom to top. So do you mean like these two? And left to right of the geyser. Okay, so are you saying if I don't dig these, it doesn't activate? But are you saying if I dig these, I might be able to see what it is without activating it? Like if we do this. Really? All right, that's interesting. Then we'll do it from the top over there, and I guess that'll give us some intel. I'm assuming you can't research it, because it probably needs to be at the bottom. The Entombed over here is just our telescope, and we'll deal with it at some point. That's going to be fine. New printables! Would not be opposed to more people, because our calorie situation is good. Don't care about the shine nymphs. Ranching. Ooh, that's a lot of doctoring. Tidying. Okay. The small bladder I don't love. Okay, you have innate decor. You can't decorate. You can't build. You suck at machinery. I think Camille here is fine. I just don't know. if I'm terribly excited. We already have at least one doctor. I think if there was like food or good material, I'd jump on it. Let me check our ranching situation. We've got Kithis in there, and she's not necessarily overloaded with other jobs. If we find Kithis, what are you up to right now? You're using the incubator. Oh my god, you hug it. That's so adorable. I don't know if there's a good way to tell. You bring someone else over. I don't know, maybe ranching does take up a lot of time. What else does she come with, the rancher? Increased medicine, increased machinery, slower in the bathroom. I don't know. Oh, right. We should have ladders over here to be able to reach things. Minor volcano. Miniature volcano periodically erupts in molten magma. What do we have a lot of here? Granite. Oh, I can't build there. Okay. Which I guess makes sense, but if I still do this, I might be able to reach there. I guess the ladder here would have been a thing. I guess if we're going to access this area, no matter what, we'd need a ladder over here. Since we can't go straight down. Magma? That's a different one. Ranch a lot more than doctor. I mean, that is very true. All right, let's get another body in here. All right. Catalina. Ooh, let me make sure to grab a name and game from today. Slower in the bathroom. Boom. So, I'm going to grab a name and game from the queue over on Twitch to start off with today. It's OmniZero! Okay, I have to wait till you're standing. There you are. OmniZero. Bam. Okay. Welcome to the party. I guess there's nothing else for me to do here. Skills. It is interesting that you can't get the ranching immediately. You gotta go through the farming first. Which could be fine. We could, like, farming's a fairly decent thing. This will give you a couple of skill points. It might be worth putting you in there, then moving you there. The other thing I'm wondering about is just starting and putting you a doot in carrying capacity, because it seems so useful overall. But no, let's move you to the thing you're actually supposed to be good at. We'll give you a little farming hat for now. That's going to be fine. And then priorities on... Oh, where are you? OmniZero. You actually have some doctoring skill. I'll put you at a blank. We'll do this, and then I'll updoot the farming... That's only skill 2. I'll put it at medium, so that's going to be fine. All right, ranch first, then take care of some other things. We've got the extra bed, so that's going to be okay. That one block below the volcano tip that's showing you can't dig. Oh, there's probably more to that message. Yeah, so yeah, that one block below the volcano tip that's showing you can't dig. I don't know what that... I feel like there's some extra context that I'm not getting there. Where was it anyway? Oh yeah, over here. Good energy source. Which, the volcano? Magma. I don't know if I should be rushing to uncover this. I don't know. We've got a lot of stuff going on right now. I'll probably wait for the moment. Oh yes, and I meant to say, I decided to go and build this area over here. Because the air that's coming out of here is fairly warm, and it'd be nice to cool it. I'm going to try just to see what happens if I have a bunch of radiant pipes here to see how much cooling it does. Of course, the other thing I can just end up doing is a thermoregulator here to cool the pipes a little bit faster in here. We might even do more than one, but there's no electricity for this, and I'm just curious to see how much passive cooling we'll get with these radiant pipes. I know the exchange between, like, an air-based exchange is nowhere near the same as a liquid-based exchange, but I kind of want to see first. Meanwhile, yeah, we got this. I got some. Oh, can I not? Oh, Oh, that's right. I have to submit a bioscan to be able to come in here. And then... Wait, do I click on someone? How did I do this before? Oh, is someone coming? Going to change settings. Oh, I think it is happening. Even though there's no visual feedback here. Did you come all the way out here and then stop? I still can't do the pneumatic pipes until I get oil. Or until I get plastic, I should say. Gotta pee. Oh, you're trying to do line breaks. Hold on. I think I can sort of stack it. Right. Don't dig the X. The rest are fine. Oh. Hang on. So, according to Uprooted Grunt's diagram, despite the fact that it did get mangled, it seems like, so this right here, this is the square I should not dig. I could dig everything else out. Is that what you're suggesting? Okay. So I can see sort of 2 up and 2 from there. Yeah, okay. Well, what I'll do, tell you what, is I'll mark this. Now, it can't be mined right now. But if I do this, theoretically, this will not be an activated volcano. That's really interesting. But still have to maybe with the ladder over here and then build some things, which I guess is safe enough. Well, hydrogen will go up, chlorine will go down. It's fine. Not dig, actually. It's build, and oh, again, use granite because there's a bunch over here. So I'll do that. And then with my tiles, at least that one to seal it in. And I'll put this as a 9 as soon as we get down there. I think that seems okay-ish. All right. Yeah, this sort of stuff is good because it's like the sort of thing I couldn't possibly ever discover by accident. That's handy. What about increasing the priority here? I'm just worried about the temp in my base. It's fine. Some things are disconnected. Got some bottles, but everyone is still full. I'm happy I got the extra body in here. How you guys doing? A little bit cramped? Well, more barbecue for us.
It's whiskey and chocolate.
It's whiskey and chocolate.
Hey, at Quill18 been catching up on the VODs. Heard you mention a possible new EU4 run. Will we finally get the promised Native American tribes run?
Well, I don't know. But, yeah, it might be fun to revisit a U4. It might be. Thank you very much for that, by the way, Bard. Much appreciated. You know, yeah, you're as a class. Sometimes people make fun of you, but the true power gamers of D&D know that you're insanely overpowered. And Cool Man over in the UpTubs. Hello there. We more chilled air. Read my resub. Oh, where's your resub? Oh, on Twitch, perhaps. There it is. We got a resub from Cool Man Nacho at 139 months. Says I'm just 5 months away from 12-year subs to you. We've got a few people in this 12-year category, which is nuts. I mean, we've got preteens. No, we don't, but, you know, sort of. I mean, we might have preteens in the chat, too, in which case I apologize for my language. Osborne has got 49 months resub. Ruben Cleanse is at 82. Omni0, who we just named in here, also resubbed for their 65th month. Since if you really want to be annoyed about the lots of physics in the game, coal and hydrogen generators don't require oxygen. Okay. Yep. All right. Yeah, that hurts my brain a little bit. And Finn McCool at 136 months. Thank you very much for that. Oh, the Bard of Blarney over here. Hello, Bard of Blarney. Always liked your username. Bards are OP in Wrath of the Righteous as well. Yeah. I mean, really it comes down to, like, any class that's got spellcasting tends to be insanely OP. It seems like no matter what you do, that's always the case. 4E gets a lot of crap for a lot of good reasons. We're talking about Dungeons & Dragons here, by the way. 4th edition gets a lot of crap for a lot of good reasons. But one of the things it did do is it really did bring marshals more in line with spellcasters. There's a lot of other good concepts in from 4th edition that worked, but in other ways were just too different. And then they're not feeling like classic D&D. Honestly, you know what? Don't worry about cleaning that up. Maybe we'll put a cleaner bot there later on. Again, our people are a little bit busy right now, so... I did put down some deodorizers, but they might need some priority, or I guess here the problem is the power. So it's silly for that to be sitting idle and not fixing things. So I'm going to prioritize getting this power line hooked up. It'll also get a light because apparently it also speeds up bathroom time, which is a surprise to me. But okay. And then, okay, that deodorizer is working, which is good because this was a big area of polluted oxygen coming in here. There's still some in here. And so I'm going to treat this as a bit of a thing. Does the insulated door block oxygen? How do we find out? I don't see anything either way, but if I look at a normal door, I also don't see anything. I mean, this explicitly says without blocking. So I'm assuming if it doesn't say that, it does. I mean, insulated door, I think probably would have to block the gas, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? I think so. Have you ever tried to pee in the dark? I mean, it's a fun challenge. But yeah, that's just a little ladder to be able to reach there later, and I'll reach there. We'll mine that out at some point. Yeah, we did queue tons of stuff. Again, very typical me. I'm not prioritizing this radiant loop here. I'll want it, but it doesn't have to happen immediately. Then yeah, we'll dig down here, open these guys up at some point. All right, a couple of Atmos suits for this area, which is good. All right, good. Favorite 4E character is a Chaos Sorcerer. Ooh. It's a fun challenge with someone who doesn't do their share of cleaning the bathroom and say, yeah, peeing in the dark. This can't go because the liquid is full, which is probably okay. Oh, that's right. Hold on. This has got to go. Right, this was our water extractor, but it's causing a breakage. And I think, you know what? I think I disconnected it last episode. But then maybe this morning I was like, hold on, this thing is disconnected. It's not what we actually have to do is deconstruct that. Because that's the clean water emptier. Oh! You know what? We've learned a couple of things. I think this is going to fuck the flow. Is this already built? Yeah, it is. I think it's got to go away. I think, as we learned, it's like, we need to make sure that the inputs are on one branch. Having an output over here, I think will mess with things. Which it doesn't have yet. But yeah, delete, just delete that one. If I am going to do this, we can just access the clean water from here, and then the dirty water comes out there and goes into that system, which is okay. But again, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to set it to, like, a low priority. Yeah. That's already a low. That's fine. Okay. Oh, hey, cool man! How does almost 12-year subs to you, how does it make you feel? Old, weird, silly? 12-year sub to you makes me feel really old and 34. Yeah, I mean, it does. Like, it's a reminder that how long we've been doing this. By the way, for those of you who don't know, this month, August, is my 20th anniversary of making content on YouTube. I started in 2006. In August of 2006, I created my account and posted my first video. YouTube was only created in 2005, so my account came in just a little over a year in YouTube. I think at one point I misspoke and said just under a year, but it's just over a year of YouTube existing. It's ridiculous to think that anything in this day and age can last that long. Okay, what's the deal with this missing tile thing? I assume the problem here was that it was missing a corner.
Oh,
Build a
here
tile
right now is the man called Quill.
beneath?
If you're looking for good vibes, he fits the bill. Throwing out strats on civilization. Conquering on Europa with every nation. So enjoy yourselves, there's no one better. Watch him go as he builds Petra.
Okay, Bard really earning his name today. Oh, I love that. Oh, here right there is the man called Quill. If you're looking for good vibes, he fits the bill. Throwing out strats on civilization, conquering on Europa with every nation, plus or minus. So enjoy yourselves. There's no one better. Watch him go as he builds Petra. Okay, that's really good. Really good. Your YouTube account's almost as old as Dwarf Horse. That's crazy. Why is this corner piece invalid? Needs one below? That doesn't sound right, because this doesn't have a tile below. I wonder if it needs below and diagonal. I wonder if it wants this. Does someone know? Team Quill blasting off again. Need that. Ah! Professional recorders channel intro. That actually would be kind of neat. Hat tip, and that's before we talk about me being an operatically trained Helden tenor. Well, I know what a tenor is. I don't know what a Helden tenor is. I wonder if it's just confused because it was originally built here where there was a corner piece and it got deleted. I wonder if I need to rebuild this. It's a bug? Okay. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to delete that and then that one, and then I'll rebuild this one. So, if I take a look at the ventilation, we got that. We occasionally send a little bit down here, mostly to refill some suits, and most of it's going up. I did disconnect here and here because it didn't feel anywhere near as important. Actually, there's a surprising amount going south. I mean, there's a vent here, but I don't think it's operating. It must be mostly to fill up these suits. Oh, right. And this here, I was moving this vent because I was thinking I was going to set up a second auction mass dock over here. The overpressure is fine. It's insanely overpressured. So yeah, this is really not pulling anything. I have to sneeze. Excuse me. Oh, that was a big one. Put that there. I think I've already got another auction mask already built. Just waiting for it to come in. So yeah, this shouldn't be pulling anything. Really want a lot of air going up. And same thing here. That very rarely gets used. Only when someone has to go collect gold. And then I want stuff emptying up over here. Now I could build another electrolyzer, whatever it is, setup, but the location's pretty convenient here. I think these are occasionally hitting some little micro overpressures that drops a dump in there, but that's fine. Then it spreads out again. And yeah, I'm hoping it just shoves the chlorine gas down just by increasing oxygen pressure. Can I not? Oh, I may have issued the deconstruct command while I was in plumbing mode, so it only did the pipe. That feels fairly likely. Also, hopefully whatever just fell down there is okay. I think it might have been some ice or snow. Helden tenor is a tenor with a large and dark voice, very good with German opera, especially Wagner. We're the oil tankers of the tenor world! As opposed to having a light and agile voice like a jet ski. You know what? Thank you for describing it that way. That is actually really, really handy. I really appreciate that. Sufficient oxygen generation. Well, we'll see about that. Plenty of oxygen over here now. All this thanks to all this oxlight. And yeah, hopefully just helps. And plus this vent, which only gets pressure from time to time. Hopefully, yeah, there's not much in the way of CO2 over here. A little bit of polluted oxygen. But yeah, hopefully keep pushing that out of the way. That's going to be good. Dig this route over here, which gets us some metals. Gets us a little closer here. Actually, I could do another little ladder here, but I don't think it's really going to make anything go faster. Although we might need it just to go and collect the stuff that's on the ground. So tell you what, if I'm going to be building a ladder to like here just to aid getting down here, let's go ahead and do this. Why not? Coal, phosphorite, sure. We've got full vision over this brain thing. Like, this checkpoint has no power, but it's currently open. I wonder if the vacillator needs to be powered. I'm not seeing anything about it. It's making me think that I can just use the vacillator without worrying about this whole thing that looks like a puzzle. That may not be true, but it kind of looks that way. Whole other thing over here. All right. Right, we've got this thing. So, okay, using silly tricks, it looks like I could do that and be safe. Right? So we'll do this so that we eventually get over here. I'm not going to rush the construction in this direction, but eventually we'll chooch our way over here and do something. Okay. Stress levels are dropping. That's wonderful, because we did have a little bit of it. I think, like, now that we've got the oxygen pumping up here, I think that's making a big difference. Cool, be careful about a thing called thinking. It can hurt. Uh-huh. Whee! Whee! When did I stop partway? Did you stop for your ears? Did you get a little bit of overpressure? Now, it'll be funny if, like, people were lying about the tile, then this is actually going to backfire on us, but we'll see. Oh, we actually can't dig out the other side right now because we can't reach there. Although I guess I could if I dug out the top, because they could climb above it and things. There's not really any rush to do it. But I might be able to stand here and analyze this. If that's true, feels like a bit of a cheat, but I'll take it. At this point, I will take it. Yeah, so this is being dug out. It's the same thing. It needs hydrogen gas.
Quill, games younger than your YT channel is. First Gears of War's The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, Medieval 2, Total War.
Legend of Twilight Princess, which I've never played. Medieval 2, Total War. I mean, 20 years is a long time on the internet. I mean, how many freaking social media sites have we outlived, right? I mean, kudos to YouTube for still being around at this point. Turns out it's very expensive to start another video service. I mean, although people have tried, right? There's Vimeo that's out there. Twilight Princess, still your favorite Zelda? Really? Vine, MySpace. Yeah, see, if MySpace hadn't, like, lost popularity, honestly, I probably never would have, well, no, I still would have started making YouTube videos for fun. But it would have been a different kind of pressure, because my previous personal project, a meme-generating website, in a time when memes meant something different on the internet, was highly tied into to MySpace, and was pretty crazy. Sorry, there's some polluted oxygen over there. I mean, I guess I could get you some face masks over here. So one thing that I'm wondering, like, I could see us in our next iteration do one big sealed, one big primary base that is kind of sealed and is meant to be the place where oxygen is. And then after that, maybe we do like an exit, you know, up, down, left, and right. Each one of which is, well, I was going to say an airlock, but what I really mean is these sort of checkpoints, but maybe for the vac suits, right? And then do that. So everything outside of the main base is all done vac suit wise, and then not, you know, maybe it doesn't bother people. Maybe that's the sort of thing that's like tremendous amounts of overkill, but kind of sounds like it could work. Yeah, I think A Link to the Past. So that was the SNES version, right? That's the only Zelda I ever finished and I loved, and I would like to replay at some point. But yeah, I just haven't played that many Zeldas because I wasn't that much of a console person. Still am not. Oh, is there a new printable already? Okay. Seeds. Oh, we got someone with suit-wearing interest. Green thumb. Rock fan? Okay, you need a light at night. I'm thinking about taking Joshua. I mean, we don't really need a researcher. I don't know if we need an operator. The suit-wearing is kind of nice. Increased excavation is fun. And you just like hauling things. Thing is, this is so many interests, we could really go and add a lot of crap to our skill tree. I'm tempted by Joshua a lot. Ugly crier. Food's actually going up like crazy. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Now, Joshua, I'm gonna grab a name from YouTube in a second here. Make sure I don't forget. So private bedroom, the only way to get a private bedroom bonus is to have a comfy bed. Like, I can't make a shitty private bedroom. So if I just put a light, I don't know if that would count as keeping this bed lit if I had a light there. I can't put it here because it's in the way, but I could go and clear that and just do this. I don't know. I think I'll just stick another bed somewhere. Still some oxygen access. I don't know. You know, we could build a little mini bedroom over here. Yeah, let me do that. Boom, boom. I'll do the full height, even though it's not required for what I'm doing here. Oh, a little bedroom. Right next to the turlets. It's fine. You want special treatment? Well, it's special. And then a ceiling light over there. And then I'm going to route power through here. We can't do it from the bottom. We can't reach. But what we can do is we can do this. And that. All right. And then a bed in this room. So what I'm going to do is update the priority on this, except I got to reset the door. Because that's open and closed door priority, which will just look a little weird. All right. Grabbing a name from YouTube. Now for Joshua. It is going to be Kefir. Kefir. You live behind toilet, Kefir. Let's take a look at... Actually, let's take a look at your skills for a second. Kefir. I'm going to skip on the research. And even the tinkering I don't necessarily need right now. Boost sustainability. We need a couple of things. It's a bit annoying. Well, you don't... Right now, you're not sitting on a lot of morale, actually. You'll probably get it soon. Let me hold off on your skill point, then. Community science, agriculture. I mean, not really fantastic at anything. I'd have you just hauling things, but I'll give you one update on farming for now, and then we'll see about doing better later. You want to know how many Total War games since Medieval 2 Total War? That's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. Yeah, you have to go through the toilet to get here. I think what I'll do is I will go ahead and just do this to technically give you another route over here. Yes, you've gone and claimed that bed, but look, you're afraid of the dark! Oh! Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm actually going to go and yellow alert this cot just because I want to make sure to manually assign it as quickly as possible and not forget. There you go. You'll still be afraid of the dark for a little bit, but it'll come and it'll be fixed, and I don't have to worry about this room getting built and then you never went and took that bed properly. So that's going to be fine. Okay. Meanwhile, this is all... Oh, no, it's not. Do I want to finish this loop now? Is it time? Yeah, because it's getting a little warm in the base. So what I'm going to do is now we're going to focus on finishing this. And this, actually, I should just be able to drag to finish whenever I want. I suppose there's no harm in this loop, because there's no pull here. So this actually, yeah, won't cause any problems. And then all I'm going to do is disconnect here and here. And we'll see. This might not cool very much. Again, I can do the actual, like, heat exchanger machine later. But I'm just curious to see if the radiant gas pipes will passively cool the air. I mean, it's got to knock a couple of degrees off at least, right? Without needing any power? It's got to be. I'm going to keep telling myself that. Whether or not it's true, that's what I'm going to keep saying. You know what? I was setting up a second auction mass dock over here, and I realized there's not much of an area. Oh, no, that's why. I was doing it because I was thinking what we might do is use this as a source for us to do an exploratory dig out of it. Although I don't know in what direction. We've got these suits. I'm just going to cancel this for the moment. I might still end up doing that. We will see. And yeah, the one thing I'm concerned about is I think this is jammed now. Well, you still have water, and these are empty. Oh, and there's the buffer here still. So even though this is empty, which means we're not pulling any dirty water this way. But you've got room over here. I think this is still okay, even though nothing is pouring in here. It might be a problem later, but I think it's okay now. Yeah, the base has gotten large, and I know it didn't grow in the most efficient way. Now, like, there's so many things, like, Oh my God. Now I know what to leave room for in the future. I've got, you know, we had to learn on the fly, right? We had to do it live, figure out like, how do pipes work? Then later on, we'll organize the pipes better. Oh, okay. So with this,
There has been 15 total war games since
15?
Medieval 2 Total War. And did you know Stardew Valley is 10 years old already? Stardew almost as old as my sub to you on Twitch.
There's a lovely book that I don't remember what it's called that I read. I got it I must have gotten it for my birthday in April, but it's got a bunch of stories of like game development stuff. And the first story in it is about Stardew Valley. And what a wonderful read. That's so good. We played Stardew once. I've got the Stardew Valley board game. And it's wonderful. Great game. You can play it alone. You can play with up to 4 players. It's co-op. You know, you're all working on the farm together. It's really nice. Definitely top tier game. There's another video game that got a board game. Okay, not Slay the Spire. Apparently Slay the Spire is really good too. I haven't played that. I think there's one based on Terraria, which is apparently not very good. Which is too bad. There you go. You got the light. Kefir. Hopefully you're going to be happy with that. We got one more bed for one more person. We're at 12 people in total, which is what I'd sort of targeted with this bed. We probably could go and take more, but I think I'm going to go back to being ultra picky. I want someone who like needs less air or something like that. That hatch. Okay, you're glum mood, but you're not crowded. Actually, I'll get rid of this hatch as well. I was about to say, I heard it's bad. Yeah. Yeah, I saw, like, I haven't looked at the reviews, but just the headlines of the reviews, because I'm subscribed to a bunch of, like, board gaming channels and stuff, did not sound great. I'm going to probably come to dig this out at some point. It's not a rush, but I'm kind of curious to see if there's anything under the sand. I'm going to just do a priority. Well, all right, you know what? You guys are here. And it takes, yeah. Let's say, I think digging the sand is really quick. Do you really love digging sand? Yes, everyone's got slime lung. There's really nothing going on over here. All right. Yes, we're talking about board games, not the games. Terraria, I understand, is very good. The Terraria board game, apparently less so. Okay, I think I want to get this going and see how this works or doesn't work. Bottler. Lord priority, or maybe it should be mixed. I don't know. Right. Well, if we end up with a water bottle, nah, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. If you want some space historical board games to consider, check out One Small Step, USSR Space Raid, and SETI 1 or SETI. Oh. I'm playing on normal difficulty. But yeah, I don't think, I know the diseases have been reduced from before, which is good, because like my air quality is shit. We have this little pool of polluted water that's been here forever. But maybe it can't evaporate to the sides. Although there's polluted oxygen there. Maybe it normally evaporates above, and so this actually can't dissolve into polluted oxygen? Because that's been there for a long time. I wonder if that's true. Anything exciting? More oxalate is always fine. And if we do the temperature overlay and go into squint mode for neutronium, I don't see any over here. We could prioritize the digging over here because there is a geyser, but I don't think so. We also aren't using suits to access this, which could be a whole thing. Okay, all right, that's Chuchin. Okay, and yeah, I still want that airflow tile, which apparently is going to be made out of wolframite, which is probably a long pole, and I hadn't quite noticed that's what it was. Glass blowing. Oh wait, glass blowing. We needed to be able to build window tiles. Because we have access to a little bit of glass. Airflow tile, okay. And yeah, this is still going. I mean, there's not going to be any airflow over here because there's too much water in this. I am really wondering about opening this up. Although what's nice about this is it really will capture all the carbon that's in this area. Bring the pressure down. And I'm still wondering about pumping chlorine into this area. Or if we just dig up more bleach stone and bring it over here. Oh, actually, I should put this at a level 9. If there's any bleach stone, it has to be brought in here ASAP. I think I'm doing the diseases restored along with my usual darkness mod next playthrough. Ooh, so it puts the disease back to where they were. Much more challenging. It is really cool. Still would like to see this area dug out. There might be something in this. Oh, part of me is thinking like, you know what? Let's go all the way up here. Just to get the oxalite. Chuchin. I mean, it's not going to have very many places to go, but in general, having a little bit more oxygen in our base seems good. Blocked by sand. Oh, what's blocked by sand? Oh! There was a little collapse over there. Thank you. Sometimes the sand collapses into a tile that I think is still designated to be mined, so that it immediately goes and also queues up the mining there. Oxygen vent over there. I think it is shoving things out. I think there's just a lot of backlog to get through to fix that. And what are we looking at pressures over here? 1K, a little under. And I got the vent over here, which is high, and then pushing into the bedroom, which is fine. Of course, we're going to get some extra oxygen over here from that oxalite. Yeah, I think things are moving in the right direction. So do I want to direct my people to go in a particular place? Lots of aluminum. How's the temp over here? Yeah, it's fine. I don't think we're melting down the biome from this anymore. There was some previous melt. The polluted ice is liquefying because it has a pretty low limit. And actually, I guess it does say cool. So the temperature there is actually fine. Ran it. But I do need the temperature to flow through here because this has got to experience some cooling. Which... Oh. 15C. This is still working? Yes. Okay, that is still working. This water's a little warm, so it might not be dissipating quite as well, but... Breathability's going down. Shows up over here, right? 55. Scarce or low pressure, but is that like the entire base as a whole? Like every place I've dug? Because that might make some sense. Oh, hang on a sec. Disconnect that. I only have to disconnect that part. That's fine. So, hang on. So this is where I was curious about. Oxygen's coming in here. 46 degrees. Oh. Oh no, it drops like crazy. It's actually really cold oxygen. That's good. Because I don't think it's going to be so much that it like causes weird secondary freezing effects. It's not a ton of oxygen in those clumps. Well, I mean, this is a full block. It's 1 kg. Minus 15. Okay, that's good. The important thing is just that I'm not pumping hot air into the rest of the base. And if it can cool things down over here a little bit, that's going to be swell. It's going to regain some of its temperature here, but that's okay. It's doing what it's supposed to do. Yeah, breathability is probably where they've been that cycle, so they're probably spending about half their time in places without oxygen. Some might be spending all their time in a place with oxygen, but some of them might be spending a lot of time outside. But hopefully in general that'll go up. I think the base itself is fine. I think the fact that we're doing some exploratory digging probably isn't helping too much. Although there's some oxygen over here, which is kind of nice. This thing is weird. You better hope these ladders get built pretty quick there, buddy. Bad cat bad. Or I guess you could dig your way out. I'm a little concerned about you. Yeah, I got some pajamas over here, which I have told someone to go and empty. I don't know if I told them to put them on. I mean, that's enough to get you out. I guess we could have done every other one or whatever, but just get it done. And yeah, I made sure this material here. Oh, this is sandstone. I've been mostly. Oh, there's some sandstone over here. Okay, because as I say, I've been trying to be careful about grabbing the material that is sort of in nearby proximity. Well, we got copper ore, iron ore. Yeah, we're good on raw materials now because of all of our extra digging, which is nice. I'm gonna cancel this mop up. No one needs to come and do that. Okay. Anything? We've got you. We've got you. That's slowly progressing. Okay, let's focus on an area. Well, I don't know what's going to open up over here. No configuration options. Analyzes dream journals. Produced by duplicates wearing pajamas. So, did I order it? What was this? This is just dispense. This will just get it out. So we need someone to come over here and interact with this. I'm going to put it in 9. So that'll eject the pajamas, and then we can get someone to wear it. Maybe we should put it on Kefir, since they're sleeping on their own over here. They can be our sleep experimenter. I'm still weirded out by the fact that this is all spiky. Maybe we found some other uranium. The wolframite, I mean, when it's exposed, maybe it's different. I don't know. Maybe that's just the look of this biome. Right, even the ice is spiky. Oh. That's so cute. You're shopping. You've provided pajamas, and you left it there, which is a little annoying. We need to pick up on Hall Mod. Kefir, you're putting on pajamas. Congratulations. New printables already? Okay. And we do have a bed set aside. We could grab someone else if they are godly. I'm going to say that none of these are that impressive, and honestly, the fried mushrooms sound pretty good. Not that we need the calories yet. I also did go and use a calculator to count a few things, like, let's say I was feeding my people just the bristleberries, or I guess they're called gristle after they're cooked. You know, how many would I need? With our 10 that we had earlier, I think we needed 30. I think it was about a 3-to-1, which we don't have 30. We have 20 over here, but we have other food sources. We're getting a lot of the frost stuff. So I think the food is, I mean, it's clearly going up. I think it is stable. We'll have to keep an eye on that now that we've got some extra people and what might change, but I think our food situation is still huge. Look at, what's your happy behavior? Is that under bio? Properties? Sticker bomber. But when you're overjoyed, you redecorate rooms. You look pretty happy. Are you enjoying your pajamas? Why does that have like a port in the back? Wait. Oh my god. I didn't check the stats in the suit. Where can I... Is it under properties? It's not going to be bio. It is bio. -8 athletics? It makes you sleepy by reducing your stamina. Huh. You are so fucking slow. What I should have done, I guess, is I could have gone and put a storage thing down so that someone hauled it back at full speed and then worn it. I mean, as long as you're only hanging around in the base, it's fine. Like, all right, we clearly don't want this full time, but I want to get some of these freaking dream journals. That's insane. Your mood's probably gotten a little bit better. Yeah, you got some morale now. If I give you improved carrying, it doesn't give you athletics, it gives you strength. And athletics is presumably movement speed. There's nothing. If I give you the suit wearing skill, I mean, you got a while to go. Tell you what, I'll give you the improved carrying for now, and we'll give you a hat. And then you're just going to keep wearing pajamas, even though, wow, that is going to be super inefficient. It's going to make you sleepier, which is interesting. Oh, it's interesting that you got off there. I'm betting this might be a little bit faster. Okay, okay. Dream journal. So you're just going to poop out a dream journal? Do you do it every sleep? We'll find out. Still chooching the way it's supposed to. Chlorine, there we go. A little bit of CO2 there, which will probably move over. I could kill the inputs on this for a little bit to drop the level. But I don't see an error message, so presumably it's just that there's no CO2 in the title. And there's a little over there. Okay. Because, yeah, the idea is this room, filling it with chlorine would be nice. And unless someone has to use the bottle emptier or load something in the storage bin, I don't think there's any reason for people to come down here anymore, which should help to contain the chlorine a little bit. And we do have an oxygen vent down here to just try to push it out of the way as much as possible. Okay, breathability, 79%. Okay, now that might be related to less exploration, but it might be legitimately there's more oxygen in places where people are going. I can't believe how well this radiant pipe is working. I could use actual insulated pipes here, but ultimately, because it's cooling down something anywhere, it's probably fine. Well, yeah, a lot of the oxygen is coming out here. I'm wondering if I should slow down a little bit and move it there. Also, the corner trim definitely did work. Now, I was going to make another dining room over here. Well, maybe I won't do it until the chlorine is out. I don't really want people spending too much time here. And this oxygen setup is currently turned off, which I'm still calling fine. That's good. Okay. Did you poop out a dream journal? No, maybe it's not every night. Because there's no job here. Analyzes dream journals. No database entry. Provides a sustainable boost to duplicate skills and abilities throughout the colony. Just find out. I mean, unless it already happened, I don't know. Oh, they're coming down here to clean the area. Although, shouldn't it be getting cleaned? I'm going to turn off disinfect on this. Because this gets regularly dirty. But I kind of feel like it should get regularly undirty. Click gas overlay when looking at somnium. What? That's not somnium. That's not. There it is. That's chlorine, oxygen. Polluted. I'm not seeing anything. Oh, ventilation, he means. Gas intake pipe. Must receive gas. You have oxygen. So presumably what you need is you want... Oh, there it is. Maybe if I read the first line of the description. Because I know the weird, I don't know, 0 point entropy, whatever the fuck it's called, needs hydrogen. So you need oxygen. Okay. Well. Got a couple of viable routes. We are going to need, I think, more energy generation. Or oxygen generation. Actually, this would get a pretty high priority. I want to pop back through here. I'm going to bypass that vent. Is what I'm going to do. Rack. All right. Ooh, our hydrogen reservoir is getting awfully full. Now, did I get... Yes, I have the hydrogen generator. How much power do you generate? 800 watts. Transformers are one way, right? Like, if I have power generation in this grid, I'm assuming it doesn't feed it back into the main grid? Or does it? I mean, in any case, this area here, let's assume there's nothing blocking our pipes, is using a fair amount of go juice. Oh, you can do it both ways. So my thinking is I'm going to go and put a hydrogen generator over here. Now, I'm assuming this is pretty warm. Four's a lot, isn't it? Actually, no, it's not as much as the natural gas one as it turns out. Oh, Nicole, no, actually the hydrogen generator is relatively cool compared to some of the others. One-way transformers, directional arrow on them. Ah. One way, but you can install it backwards. Oh, okay. Yeah, there are arrows. Okay, so you can run it backwards. But I'm just thinking, for 800 watts, that basically just runs this system. So I'm going to put it here. I really wish it showed you the air pipe connections in this mode. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it down, and then I'm going to go and check ventilation and potentially be unhappy about things. But now this seems okay. We'll need a bridge. So from hydrogen tank into here. We still have the buffer, and that still seems like a good idea. I mean, of course, everything's a good idea. Even if it's a bad idea, sometimes it's an even better idea. And you had no output. You're really just burning the hydrogen clean. No CO2, which, I mean, makes sense. Like, where would it come from? But at this point with Oni, I don't believe in any of this anymore. Okay. I mean, potentially we could have directly connected it to other shit or whatever, but I think I'm still going to do this little buffer. Oh, yes, and I've got to get the real floor down, which is something I knew. This is going to be a surprise, but I slightly distracted myself along the way. So just get that down. It'll block access to these things, which I think is fine. At some point, we'll be mining out this coal anyway. I'm surprised this liquid pump... I think the water levels are going down here. I think at some point we will have to drop this down, / maybe supplement it with an extra water source in various ways. But so far, so good. And yes, we've got a nice little oxygen room for you. I don't even know if this insulated tile is doing anything helpful. Because this room is hot enough by itself anyway, so like... Yeah, it was the idea is protect ourselves from the steam vent, although there's some other areas that we could use it, but... I think it's fine. I don't know, I guess I could enclose this whole area in the steam vent. Or the heat thing, but let's just go for this for now. We might end up putting more insulation later, but there you go. So now it's got that, which is good. We'll work on that. And this is going to get built. Oh, actually, a bunch of this already got built. We must be caught up on our construction jobs. My God! That never happens. I always have way too many things queued up, but okay, we'll take it. There you go. All right. Now... About a dream journal? Maybe you don't actually poop one out. Maybe you just need this to be hooked up and it just analyzes it on the fly. Boost by duplicates. And then sustainable boost duplicate skills and ability throughout the colony. Like everyone in the colony gets a boost? I mean, maybe having one person wear pajamas all the time isn't going to be so bad. I mean, half my work days, half, 3/4 of my work days are spent in pajamas. If you catch up on construction means you're not expanding fast enough. Abelard, I don't know whether to thank you or curse you, because of course that's exactly the sort of mentality I tend to go with. It's just like, if I'm not in debt, I'm not spending money fast enough, right? Why would I want money sitting around not being used? That's crazy. Is this going to be another... We really get no information about this one. Well... Plant along the way, but that's fine. Dig through this abyss light, unless I want to come through the other side. No, it's fine. I mean, part of me is like, maybe I need to preserve abyss light at all costs, but I haven't really seen evidence of that. I'm sure there's like long-term mega implications one way or the other about temperature management that is still not there. Are you hooked up? No. Almost. Hadn't seen that spot. Flap, flap. So, what's the germ layout looking over here? Yeah, so I think this kept triggering disinfection jobs that I didn't have to worry about. I'm still hoping that the germs here die off at some point. Chlorine, 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 chlorine. Is this preventing it from counting as being completely buried in chlorine? Or maybe it's a slow germ kill. Maybe that's all it is. The germs here are looking pretty static, actually. You keep adding more dirty water so it won't help. Really? You think that's it? You think the dirty water is... Well, let's revisit later, see if it's dropped below 240k in that tile. 240, you guys remember that. I'm gonna deconstruct this glass. Oh, we have a little bit more glass now. Do I have enough? Well, let's see. If I go window tile, which I can now do. Oh, okay, so I need... This is quite wide. Oh, I mean, ultimately all I gotta do is protect the base thing itself, but I'll probably want to cover all of it. And that's unoccupied. Come on, game. Thank you. There. Now I'm out of glass. I will actually boost this priority to like an 8. Because it'll just be annoying if we dig it out and it just hasn't been rebuilt or anything like that. We're going to build that and see what happens. And see if it gets shattered by stuff. Okay. Contents, oxygen. You had some already. Like, there was already some oxygen in here. And I'm not sure if it has changed, because I'm not sure if this is full of oxygen. And there. Okay. I'm assuming you're not going to consume it until we have a dream journal. You're doing it right. Okay. Yeah, for this, actually, this is definitely one I'm explicitly asking. If there's anything else I need to do to make this work, let me know, because it's super not obvious to me. I can use these extra windows. But maybe I'll leave them for now. Or maybe you were doing it right, might have been the water. Germs in the water tiles are not exposed to chlorine. Try disinfecting water in a container completely. Oh, is that the better way? Is it weirdly putting it in a container surrounded? So if I can find my base. So let's say, well, this stores polluted water. So what I need is, so from the sieve, if I pump into a container and then maybe use logic, I could have a logic thing where first it tries to fill the entire container. That's the input. And then it turns off. And then I can have another sensor on the germ level in the container, presumably is a thing that I can check for in some way, or the pipe. And then when it's germ-free, I dump it back in. Well, you think it works as well, in pipes as well. Okay, good, because I was a little bit worried about that. Because, like, the sensor for germs probably... Liquid germ... Ah, we need plastic! Why do we need plastic for everything? Well, I was really hoping that this cleanliness stuff would work out here, but perhaps not. Oh, did this pop out something, or you just needed that material? You might have just happened to need the material right then. Oh, right, we've got this. We're putting the ice in here. That's another thing that people are coming in here for. Which may or may not be required anymore, but let's not worry about it right now. Okay. Oh, the sieve does pop out polluted dirt. Okay. So they will come out for that. A little bit of irritation from time to time, I don't know. Really do need to get the petroleum. Now, we've dug to here. Let me do a temperature overlay. Ooh, there's a little room over there. So I'm not seeing a neutronium platform. Now, down in this area, I do make them put on these suits, which does slow them down. Yeah? -6 athletics. But if without the suits, then they complain about getting cold, very reasonably. Do I want to boost this priority? One of these little logic thingies, which may or may not matter. Right, and then here, like, we're going through a bunch of water, right? And, like, I could skirt around with it, but at some point I'm like, no, I just want a straight shot down. So my thinking here was to do this, then dig out a reservoir and just empty all these things into a reservoir sort of off the main line and not kind of worry about this for the moment. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, sure, why wouldn't it work in pipes? Chlorine can't go into liquid, but they can go in pipes. Same thing with the container. This is a watertight container, and having chlorine on the outside of the container somehow cleans the water inside? Okay, this is filling up. Which I'm actually kind of surprised about. Well, no, I guess, yeah, well, it's just having to move the water around. This is a little bit of a funny thing. I guess if I put a gas tile here, just an airflow tile, right there, it'll empty that corner. Germ resistance is nice. Research we don't really need. Meh. Glow stick is kind of funny. Building, cooking. Another cook? Do we have anyone with rocketry? I don't know if we have anyone that's got rocketry. Well, do you already have germy water pipes and the chlorine gas? I mean, some of the germy water pipes go through it. I don't know how much, but that might be something worth checking. So someone's got it. Tell me. Okay, Luke's got a tick in. Okay, Luke does actually like this. And it's got a lot of morale right now. Those exosuit. But that's give you athletics. Which athletics is just always good for movement, right? So that's kind of tempting. On the other hand, exosuit penalty reduction. But yeah, we don't need someone else with rocketry. The whole point is, am I taking any of these? I think the answer is no. I'll just take the seed, which doesn't actually matter. Looking everywhere except the dying dupes. Well, someone's suffocating. Are you stuck? It's just because you're so goddamn slow. There's air over here. You're fine. It's just the meme of, what is it, the meme, like the people in the swimming pool? And then, like, the one that's, like, under the water is, like, a skeleton, like, and you're just ignoring them. That's what's going on. Problem is, Kiefer's so slow. Current shift. Okay. We need to limit what Kiefer does. Like, I'm thinking about turning off anything that might imply going out of the base. Like, I'm thinking of turning off storing, supplying, digging, building. Maybe even tidying. The rest, theoretically, shouldn't take you far away from the base. Oh my god. Are you gonna die on your way to bed? Change the schedule. You control door access for Archduke. Oh. 100% cooking only. Now that's interesting. What, can I access his skills from here? I don't know. What was his passion again? Advanced research, tinkering. It's too bad you're not a cook. Okay. What if we change the pajamas to someone who almost certainly will spend all their time in base, like maybe cooking or farming? Although, right now, you know, it's fine. You can... See, you get the carrying capacity and you don't have any farming. Like, who would be a good candidate for that? So Martin over here is cooking, researching, operating. I feel like Martin might be the better choice for the pajamas. So, how do I... Oh, unequipped clothing. Did he just tear the pajamas off and ruin them? Oh, we can dispense more. Okay. That's weird. Do all the suits work like that? That's actually definitely answer me that question, because that is super not intuitive. Maybe the pajamas are special. And the pajama closet is infinite. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a storage bin over here, and it's going to be for our pajamas so that we bring the pajamas over here instead of wearing them and then take the world's longest walk. And then... Kiefer, I'm going to set your job back to normal, which is just, I mean, technically you can do these. They're not necessarily in a priority here. I'll just, yeah, literally normal, which is this baseline. And then you still prefer farming first if it comes up. In fact, maybe I'll double updo it, because that is a pretty busy job. Okay. Then we've got this going. I mean, this is not digging deeply and greedily, but it still seems valuable. Oh, there's another nullifier there, right? That sound. Oh. I feel okay. So I feel like I can't scale this room up anymore, unless, I mean, I can if I go and pipe different. Like, I guess I could set up a secondary filter setup. That would let me do it. I could do the exact same thing I've got here, but say here. And that seems okay. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, maybe. Let me, we'll put a prep by getting a floor going here. I don't know how big. We're going to start with that big. And then we'll come back to you for more oxygen generation. Or... I mean, I could build an electrolyzer off of this. I don't know, like doing the whole setup to capture the hydrogen might be slightly annoying over here. But I could just dump the output of the electrolyzer directly into the environment. A little hydrogen, which will float up to the top of the base. And maybe, you know what, maybe there'll just be a natural hydrogen pocket that forms up over here. And we'll just put a little power generator. I mean, there literally is a bunch of hydrogen over here. I'll need a pump. And the annoying thing about that is the pump takes, what, like 240? Might be 120 for the pump. It is 240. So, like, a third-ish of the power output of our hydrogen generator is going to go to run the pump. Although I suspect the pump's only going to run in, like, little start, you know, fits. I kind of don't hate this idea. Oh! Pump sucks at 50? And this output's at 100? Oh, okay. So one electrolyzer can feed 2 pumps. Now, I can't get the ratio, but I suppose I don't even need an electrolyzer is what you're telling me. I could just drop another pump in here. And again, I don't think this could operate on the same hookup at this point, but what I can do is hook you up here. Once this gets built, I'll disconnect this one. and just run it over here. Do a little bridge. Put a filter. Do I care about the filter? This maybe I could just dump this raw into the environment. I kind of do want more on the pipe. And it's obviously clear we're not taking advantage of all the oxygen we could. What is that? What is even happening in that hydrogen generator? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the pink goo. We've liquefied the hydrogen somehow. I don't know. Yeah, the bottleneck isn't here. And I am a little bit worried about running out of space in the hydrogen thing. I could always build another one, but then I'd really would need to put you on a high powered circuit. To the point where it might actually make sense to put a couple of hydrogen generators up here so that it could directly tie into the high energy circuit. And then we just, the hydrogen venting changes from going into this into a little thing over there. Or, because it is a little bit warm, we could just put the hydrogen generators in this space. It doesn't need any liquid. We would just need to run a hydrogen pipe down here. We might want it far from these radiant pipes. Or maybe even just up here. Got a granite base that won't melt. I could even insulate it if I was worried about the pipes. Or maybe the temperature's not really a big deal. I'm not hating this idea. I don't think I want to be venting hydrogen all over my base. Well, the ideal would be is if we found a freaking hydrogen little geyser or something. Okay, you know what I want to do? Is I want to prioritize this area. I want to see what the heck's happening over here. Boom. Get a 9 on that. Oh, and then over here, let's take one of our critters, take one of our sweetles, and relocate it to there. Hydrogen, chlorine. Okay, I mean, you can eat the polluted oxygen, although obviously it's not ideal. Do I want to pump any oxygen over here? I don't know about that. That is a long path without any... I could put a little suit thing right over here. I think that just the gas filter is enough. And I think I do have another, or yeah, I mean a gas mask. And I think I do have another one that has been built. So let me do that. Station. Oxygen mask dock. Oh, you will need oxygen and you will need power, right? That old thing. Oxygen. Oh, maybe you don't need power for this one. Maybe only the vac suits need power. That could be it. I don't think we need huge numbers. I think one mask here is going to be fine. One person through here at a time later on is going to be A-okay. Let me go and reset this priority back to a 5 on all this. And deliver suit. And now, no one should be able to go through here. Because I think they can only go through if they can pick up a mask, and there's no mask. Or maybe because there's no mask, maybe it's a no-go? Because I'm hoping now they can't go through here, and they'll just go and do some other shit along the way. Mask no O2, yep. Starting to get built, okay. Let's see! Why not use the good suits? Good suits slow you down. Yeah, and I think they're more material to build. But, like... Actually, I don't know if that covers their eyes. So they might still get, like, stingy eyes from things. But they'll still be able to work a little bit better if they don't have to stop for a breath, is my hope. That's pretty warm. Is it the deodorizer makes heat? No, it's just a really hot biome over here. Oh, and of course we're generating all the heat over here. Which actually, let's go and seal that a little bit better. Okay, oxygen is loading, so now it's that. Good. Okay, so now I'm going to reset this to the 9. There we go. Still won't be quick if we're only allowing one person at a time, but I'll be fine. Oh, there you go. So I've got that airflow tile. So there we go. So that CO2 got squeezed out and probably got processed by the carbon skimmer, which to my best of my understanding uses no resources whatsoever while it is idle like this, which is great. So yeah, it's just a chlorinated room. And we can check this corner. Oh, well, okay, it has gone down. Not very quickly, but that was 240K the last time we were checking this specific tile. Now, maybe things have just turned around, but I think it is slowly killing germs in here. Slowly. No, not shipping yet? No. I've got tubes. I don't know if that's what you mean. Right? I've got pneumatic tubes, but it requires plastic, which I can't do. We got random teleporters. No idea what to do with them. I mean, I got a supply teleporter. It looks like there's a remote end somewhere else on another planet. Yeah, to another asteroid. We've discovered another asteroid because of the telescope, maybe? You were specifically told not to read that. Yes, but how do I know? Oh, are you coming down here and disinfecting this vent? Do you disinfect other things? Yes. Is there a... Is there a mass way for me to disable disinfection in this room? I have no idea if that's doing anything. Maybe put that new O2 mask gate over on the safe side of the door? Oh, as opposed to here. Because they are getting that, that's true. Well, actually, what I'm wondering if it's just getting rid of this door now. I don't know, maybe I'd more just move it over here. I don't think it needs to be insulated. Although that is a warm room. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just build another one. There we go. And actually, no, hold on. I could get rid of this and I could put a little oxygen output over here. Or, I'm mostly worried about the polluted oxygen. I'm going to move the deodorizer there. Actually, what I'll do is I'll have it be a copy first. Although, ooh. Does the deodorizer still consume things, even if it's not actively converting anything? I'm going to assume no. Yes, it's not jiggling or anything, right? Most of the time there's not that. Yeah, I guess here's one of the things. I was worried about, like, over-deploying deodorizers and have it just be a constant resource drain. But if they really do just chillax when they're not running, then I really could just have a lot more all over. Oh, man. Next time we play, and there will be a next time, things are going to, I think, be a fair bit different here. Never have too many deodorizers. Okay. Digging up, digging up, digging up. I'm pretty sure if I went and just connected this to this network now, like, I'm pretty sure this won't run anything. Well, we might. There might be a tiny bit more output. I don't think it would be terribly significant. I think we really do need another setup here because it's this pipe here. That's the choke point. I could route a second one. I don't know. I think this gas filter would still end up choke pointing at the inputs. I don't think that'd save anything. I could change how the filter... No, I don't think so. Yeah, I think it really will have to be a separate one. But I don't want to commit to it yet, just in case it turns out to be a hydrogen thing. Now, is there anything else that we've opened up? Oh! Pajamas. Pajamas... You. Pajamas. Okay, we'll leave it at a 9. Someone's going to go and pick up these PJs that should be on the floor over here. Excellent. Could dispense another at the same time, but I don't think I need a second one, and that'll just create some extra labor, and certainly I'm giving my people too much to do as is. Right, someone's got to go and submit a bioscan. I'll also hit this one. No one can reach it yet, but presumably they'll do this one, go through the room, hit the other one. End up down here, revealing this beast. Alert, surface breach. What? Amazing, my duplicates have managed to breach the surface of a rocky prison. I should be careful, the region is extremely inhospitable, and it could easily lose resources to the vacuum of space. Why am I just getting this message now? Okay, this is still annoying because I think it stops working when this is there. This doesn't actually fix my problem unless... Huh. Well, that is slightly possibly annoying. Oh, it's because they actually touch the vacuum properly instead of this little bit, maybe. Okay. We'd never gotten high enough before, even though I got over here. But yeah, that was still in this, like, slight layer of oxygen that's left. I wonder how much more surface exploration I should do. So we got a little bit of a cave in there, preventing that from happening. Yeah, that was dug. Okay. All right, well. Right, so, I think I was going to give Martin the pajamas. Oh, no, you are near the list, top of the list. Right there. You. Oh, it doesn't work from here. It works if I click. Did the PJs get delivered? No, they're still out on the map somewhere. Okay. Oh! I can use them. I forgot there's the relocate tool. I always forget that that exists. So, relocate to there. There we go. I don't know if that's a higher or lower priority than anything else, but let's do that. Morale bonus while in space. The strength. Increased excavation. Nah, I'm just gonna take some eggs. And let's just make sure that we are crafting or cracking puffed eggs. Oh, wait. That's the critter feeder. Yes, okay. Guess who's back? Puffs are back. No, omelets are back. We did have a puffed place over here. How come you have a reachable move? Food situation's still fine. I think it went down. I think we hit 200k at some point, but it's probably, hopefully, still okay. Right, went toward that down. That's good. Supply teleporter. Yeah, there's a bunch of water everywhere. I know. Very dank base. All right. Oh, what material do I want to use? This line. I don't know. I guess we'll just use sandstone. Fine. And then okay. Like there's all this logic stuff, but I don't know if, well, we'll find out when someone walks across here if it does anything, but it feels like it's powered off, therefore nothing will happen. All right, how's the guy's arena over here? Oh, still hasn't finished. What are you doing? You're gonna go eat? Why are you going over here to eat? What are you doing? I'm confused. Do you think you're collecting some raw meat? Oh, maybe. I think we are getting a lot of ice drips from the surface or something. Do I want a sweeper bot on this floor? I don't think it can go... Actually, maybe this... Can the sweeper go through this? Fine, let's go and get this cleaned up. I mean, I guess I can leave the doors on a 9. If I want a door jammed open, I probably want it pretty quick, but... Oh, let's take a look at the germ level over here. See if it's still... Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. I guess... Carbon dioxide, chlorine. Now, how fully surrounded by chlorine does this need to go to work? If I went and killed the output from this, but again, it's polluted water at this point, so it's not going to go. It's really about taking this sieve, pumping it into a thing that's then surrounded. Which I could do. The easiest thing might be to reroute the dirty water this way, put the clean tank here, have the sieve go into the clean tank, and then pump out. Water needs to sit there for 120 seconds so germs are killed. Okay. And so presumably some of this water is just changing so often that the churn isn't helping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to redirect the dirty water pipe this way to give us a little bit more space to work with. And yeah, I'll be building another one of these here, but I don't want to build it right now. We'll probably need some little bridges because of where things are, unless I moved it over here or something, but no, I don't know. I think in tank mode, as you are does not work. I meant on water deposits. You can actually mop dirty. Yeah, but there's too much over here. I think we need it to be spread out. There's just slightly too much. But that's not what I'm looking to do. It's not about fixing this polluted water, although that is annoying, admittedly, and maybe it's constantly causing more germs to spawn here. What I could do is I could temporarily put down another pump. I think people... These pumps, did they grab from the bottom left corner? I think some other people said, like, some things do that. Like, if I do this... What happens if you accidentally pump clean water into the sieve? I mean, I can do filters and things like that. Just build a wall tile to delete it. I was assuming this would just shove it to another tile. Oh, it does pass through. Okay, that's actually good. So yeah, if I just... Hold on. If I just do this... And that... With the plan to delete this later. That should just suck that up. Pump into here. It's creating dirty water. And then it's going to push it in there. Yes. And then probably only needs to run for a few seconds. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, let's focus on this area here. Get her done. More water there. More water here. Is it shit falling from above? How could it be? Where is this water coming from? Where? I'm not wrecking pipes this time. That's not what's creating it. temp is the water? 25. Yeah, we're trying to get the chlorine out. We're trying to just pump more oxygen in here and shove it out of the way. It's low density chlorine. Yeah, it's just we weren't producing enough oxygen to kind of shove it down. Like, there's clearly a giant pit down here where all that stuff could drop down into. And I even have a bunch of airflow tiles, but I think we just need more positive oxygen pressure. Troops transporting ice, dropping their work. Oh, maybe they're trying to drag ice to here. And it's melting along the way. That might be what's going on. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to deconstruct this bin. So we stop bringing ice over there. Maybe. I don't think it's grabbing from that polluted water tile. Right, and then you're jamming over here, which isn't going to help. Okay, hang on. It sucked it back in? What? But it's an output. Fluid water. 671. It is going down. What? What in the tarnation? Right, let's disconnect this first so we don't pop out poopy water. I'm learning! And yes, that is jammed up. Although, it's a somewhat circular thing right here. I'm still wondering about opening this up. Keep this going. Pipe turn around the direction, but the output will not input. You think it's there in the pipe? I couldn't... Like, that's what I was wondering about. That's what I was mousing over here, because I'm like... Oh, there he is! Oh, sorry! Contents, 2,400 in polluted water. This is the pipe, not the container. So it's right behind this green bit. I can't see it. So I guess it just clumps itself up. Okay. The water. It is going down. Slowly, but it is going down. Okay. Bottom left of your reservoir interacts with the environment. What? Huh? What do you mean? Bottom left of my reservoir interacts with the environment? Liquid tank. Oh. So down here, this might be the place where we need the... I don't know. Okay, that's there. So what's going to happen here is we're going to make a new liquid reservoir. And the idea is going to be the output from the sieve is going to go over there. So we'll need a couple of hopsy-doos. Oh, I can't hopsy-doo over here. But I guess I can do it this... Trying to figure out my water flow and making sure I'm not going to get backwards. So this is certainly a source that goes this way. That's pretty clear and obvious. Boom. Is it going to auto-delete that little piece of pipe? We'll find out. But for this, right, this goes this way. But I guess I could just hop over this one. That'd be fine. Do that, then under that one to over here. I'm thinking... It might leave the pipe here. We might have to do a manual disconnect. Maybe I'll do a manual disconnect now, just to make sure nothing weird happens. There you go. And then... Boom. So, the sieve is going to pour into here. Oh, right. I can't do the germ detector, but I guess I could manually do a few passes to try to reduce the germ count. kind of an interesting idea. And then this output is going to be a water source, which means it can go into here. That's going to be the idea. Except I'm going to manually connect and disconnect things to see if I can clean this. So for now, if I have this running like this, we're not going to be dumping into this pool. Which might be fine. If it fills up with dirty water, we still have this acting as a reservoir. Like maybe the open air reservoir, it really isn't necessary. The nice thing about this is I can just go and rewire it back to the output over here. I probably won't deconstruct the pipes. I'll just do a disconnect on it. And then we'll do a little bit of micromanagement over here. Since I can't do the actual germ sensors because I don't have any plastic, we'll do some micromanagement over here to see if this can kill off germs. And that'll be swell. You got that? Is the PJs over here? No. Are they still over here? No. Where the hell are the pajamas? Did they get stored? Oh, they did. Okay, because they were close. There's no just eject, right? If I have to say do this, it causes it to be disqualified. Okay. And then Martin, the researcher, is going to be assigned pajamas. You're going to move slow as hell. But let's get some dream journals going on. Good. Meanwhile, oh, recovering from cold. Yeah. It's not that cold. Although some of the neutronium, maybe. Like here's fine. Oh, no, sorry. That's not the volcano. This is me just getting some iron and shit. All right, so gold volcano. I don't feel the need to go and pop this bad boy because we already have a gold volcano. Anything else exciting? The edge of map is right there, so I'm not expecting much more in the terms of geyser, because then we've got the surface here. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about this section too much. Oh. Wait for critter 05. I had asked for critter to be moved over here at some point. Oh, you know what? One of these had the thing, and I'm wondering if it's that. If I tell you to relocate to over here, you're red. Because I don't think anyone took the job yet. But let's see. Still no oil. No. I don't know. How's the downward digging getting? I mean, it's going. But no oil yet. I suppose maybe this is the next thing I should be prioritizing. It's a long trip, and they put on a couple of suits. But at least 2 people can do it. Alright, I'm going to set it to a 9. Let's do this. And then see what gets revealed. The actual work over there doesn't take long. It's just walking over there. It's going to take forever. So actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to issue... I'm going to issue the disconnect command here immediately. So right now, the sieve is going to be sending half its water down to here, half the water into here. Which actually seems fine. That way, if I don't come back to this, if I just like get distracted... Actually, let's boost this. Let's make this yellow alert. Because everything is set up except for this. So just finish this, which will take 2 seconds. And this can run passively without me babysitting it. And it won't get wrecked. If I do this, you'll go around that way. And then not get your feet wet. So, there we go. There's the germs there. Germs is going up, which makes sense because right now more water is going into it. Meanwhile, this liquid pump, almost there. Is it below 200 or below 150? It's nearly there. 175 and going down. Yeah, now this liquid pump is working constantly. There it goes. Although, I can let this go all the way to 0. Assuming it hits 0, we'll be fine. Starvation. Yeah, you just got a long way to go. From different places. That's going on. Oh, the other pump is here. I mean, I can connect you to the power. I don't know that you're going to add that much. I'm not going to go and set up the rest of this network yet. It's possible this is, like, between these three, there's just going to be enough idleness that this really isn't doing much. But that's fine. Okay. Plumbing overlay. Seems to be working the way it's supposed to. And then you... Polluted water, it's nearly gone. And then all I'm going to do is tear down this pump and let the old one continue to work. I so up those pajamas because they're great. Who doesn't love pajamas? And I'm curious about what this dream journal thing is. There we go. I think that's done. So if we watch now, this should all be clean water. So what we don't want to do is pump clean water into the sieve constantly. That is stupid. So we'll do that. And yeah, let's get this taken care of fairly quickly. It's going to be a really quick job to disassemble it. And then I never did go and take this down. But the idea is the sieve should now just be getting dirty water from the rest of the system. Oh, I'll reconnect this in a second. I suppose I could do it now. Yeah, fine. There you go. So now this is going to start dumping dirty water again into this. Which is still going to churn into clean water. And again, half of it is going over here. And the germ count hasn't gone up dramatic since the last time we checked. What I'm assuming... Oh, well, there you go. I'm assuming, like, the water coming in here is very germy. But at some point, it'll be 100% full. We'll just disconnect, open this up, and then we'll improve this setup. I think the setup really needs some automation, but it could 100% get there. I don't know. Was your hydrogen generator attached to the power grid? This one? Or another one? I think this is the only one I've built. And yeah, it's just operating over here. And basically, it's just supplying this setup. I don't know that it's self-sustaining one-to-one. But yeah, I don't think I built another one. Hello, Blueprint. Oxyfern. That's interesting. I like Iron Gut. Irritable Bowel is kind of annoying, though. No, that one. Just didn't see a connection machine. Okay, good. Yeah. Like, I don't think this will ever effectively supply anything to the main grid, but it's still helping everything over here, and that's okay. Still surprised. I think what I need to do is rehook up some of the oxygen pump over here to generate some oxygen that'll go up and sort of shove a few things out of the way and get this moving. So I want it turned off because I want to prioritize other aspects of the base now, but now I think this is correct. Although I was still hoping more oxygen would come out here and shove it out of the way, but it might be drifting upwards. I am surprised at how much, and actually some of this is fairly high density chlorine gas. Carbon dioxide there. We got the skimmer down here, which is... It's annoying that it doesn't give me the air state. It's definitely in CO2. I'm assuming I didn't want to do that. Or maybe I had a good temporary reason to do it, but I don't think I should anymore. Is it related to temperature flowing? I don't know. It might have gotten accidentally destroyed as I deconstructed something else in this tile, like a power conduit or something. But I wonder if I did... no, because that built instantly. That was not a destroyed tile. That was a disconnected tile. I must have disconnected it at some point for some reason, maybe to make sure this was working or something, but we need this going again. Maybe I didn't want polluted water coming up? That doesn't sound right. And the flow is all good, because this is just an input. This is all inputs. It's got one pull over here in the whole thing. Everything else is just inputs. So that's working okay. So I can get rid of that little extra pipe pit just to get some material back. You're going to go through here. And again, half of it's going to go there. That all seems good and fine. Okay. The system was overfilled. Okay. But it's not anymore. Oh, that's right, because this water pool was overfilling. And I was like, oh, maybe I got to put a little pause in that so it doesn't overfill this water pool. That's less of a problem with this liquid reservoir. And the liquid reservoir really is, well, 5 kg. And it's 5,000. So 5 tons. It's 1 ton per square. So this is holding 5 squares worth of water. So it's actually nowhere near as efficient as just an open reservoir. But it might let us try a few little shenanigans, so we'll see how it goes. The water is blocking the airflow tiles. Is it this water here? So it's blocking these airflow tiles and these. Okay. Oh, I guess... Hang on a second. I can do this and do that. Okay, here. Yellow alert. Let's mop up this water. I mean, there's still theoretically airflow coming through here. But okay, so these guys are blocked and these guys are blocked. And if it was really related to, like, me carrying ice around, then... And maybe I should just run a temporary eye pipe in here. And then just shove the gas somewhere else random. Since everything is clearly working here, I'm going to go and get rid of these pipes, get the material back. Not that the material is valuable, but it'll neaten things up a little bit. I'm happy with that setup for temperature control. That is very good. Oh yeah, we can clearly see a lot of movement now. Okay. A lot more movement. So, what I want to do here. Right, germy water. Oh, it is really killing off these germs actually fairly quickly. Because we're not adding that much more to the system. And can I get stats on the water that's in this pipe right here? Like, does this water have germs on it? I don't know if it would tell me, but presumably it does because stuff coming out of the sieve still has germs, right? And I don't think this overlay doesn't... maybe it's cleaning the surface of these pipes. Is it cleaning this water as it goes? Oh, property shows germs. Piping overlay, and then if you click on the water inside the pipe, like here. Oh, that is just the water now. But it is definitely reducing the germ amount. Okay. Oh, and actually, so we might still have to do more with this. And maybe there's no way to perfectly clean this. So what we could do is we could change the order of things. Instead of having the stuff come straight out of the sieve into here, it could be the liquid pipe pumps into these. I could have an array of these and then they just turn on and off depending on if they've been cleaned or not. A whole water processing area, but I think that would need some real estate. We'd have to like reserve an area, and the whole thing can live in the area with the chlorine geyser. Stress has gone to 0, which is good considering how things started. I still didn't succeed in completely cleansing the air over here, but perhaps it will go better now that these tiles are opened up. We can see the little oxygen packs that are moving around, and I'd forgotten that this has gotten turned off. So by doing this, although we do have like a bit of an oxygen layer here, this is very oxygenated, but it's a little bit misleading because the doors. In fact, I suppose I can just open. Oh no, that's right. But then I added here because originally this was airtight, which it doesn't have to be anymore. I'll put an open command on this door. Someone at some point will open that up, and that'll help with some of the airflow as well. But yeah, keep that going. At least these plants here aren't complaining about that air anymore. We still got some temperature issues over there, but overall that's okay. And oh, let's read some lore and then we'll wrap up the episode. My pens! To all from admin. We would like to remind staff not to use the CC all function for intra-office issues. Oh, someone complained about their pens and sent it to everyone. In the event of disputes or disruptive work behavior within the facility, please speak to HR directly. We thank you for your restraint. Ooh, with a little hyphen for thank you. All right. Locker. Rummage. Inspect. This is... Yeah, okay, so we'd read this part. I keep finding myself staring at my computer screen, totally unable to remember what I was doing. Whoa, been there. Often midstream. I try to force myself to type up some notes or analyze my data, but it's like my brain is paralyzed. I can't get anything done. I'll have to stay late to make up for all this time I've wasted staying late. Yeah, see, that's burnout, buddy. Let me tell you. Trying to work harder because you're falling behind on work just tends to make things worse. Moved rats. Huh. This isn't just entirely new message. Okay. Broussard. Director, do you know where my rats have been moved to? I asked around the bioengineering division, but I was referred back to you. Oh yes, they've been removed. Removed? Discarded. I'm sorry, did you still need them? The reports showed your experiments with them was completed. No, I'd collect all the data I needed, I just... Doctor, you weren't making pets out of the test subjects, were you? Don't be ridiculous, Good. They were horrible to look at anyway. All those bumps. In the future, please do not mess with my things. It disturbs me. I'll notify you beforehand next time, Doctor. I can't remember which voice I give to who at any points in there, but I think the director having the deep voice got a nice sense of gravitas. Should we throw someone in the neural vacillator or save that for next time? I think we're going to save that until next time. I think that's what's going to happen. Picking up some seeds. That's great. We can get some extra food. That's lovely. Oh, and I want to confirm over here. In properties, can we get the uptime? About a third of the time. Maybe a little bit more sometimes. That's 7 this cycle. Okay, no, probably more. It's probably just been built. We'll see how these guys shake out. I mean, again, I know that's not going to be running most of the time, but if it slightly increases the output over here, it's good for now. And then we're gonna get another pumping system over here set up. But like sometimes they can merge a little bit and help. I suspect this is helping the density a little bit. I guess I could have each one of these go into a filter immediately, but the filters need power. I don't like that. So I think this is possibly still okay. And yeah, these gaps here are going to be aligned with the hydrogen gaps that is going on. But send it through the system. Try to dump it off in a few different places. I definitely want a lot more. And if we do end up with more water over here, we could always electrolyze some of this. And it might be super worthwhile. And then run a pipe back down here to the hydrogen. It wouldn't surprise me if we end up with a net positive hydrogen that we'll have to deal with. But we do have the alarm set up. Okay. Endstream deeps into this. How are you feeling about Ani? I really like it. The thing is, you sort of get sold by people telling you it's really physics-based, but they don't tell you that it's not real-world physics, except where it is, but a lot of times it's not. And so I spent a lot of time early on with the assumption that things worked closer to real-world physics, and it did send me off in a couple of incorrect directions a couple of times. There's a few things that are not well documented through the tooltips that have caught us from time to time. But no, overall, it's a fantastic game. I mean, I don't think it can replace Rimworld for me because I love Rimworld so much. But oil! Fucking finally! Ah, yes! Yes! Oh my god. Yeah, there's another one of those little brain analyzer things. Okay. Wow. Finally. Okay. So one of my plans here is going to be to dig out some section to try to funnel all this water into, just to try to get out of the way. We've got, I'm assuming we have like an oil pump or oil well. Extracts crude oil using clean water. Oh shit, so this is going to be a whole thing. That's the water reservoir, or oil reservoir. Diamond! A cactus? And there's oil just sitting around too. Okay, even if I don't end up tapping the reservoir immediately, does this poop out oil from time to time by itself? But there's some loose stuff that we can start to use. which means we will finally be able to start making plastic next time we play. Oh, yeah. Oil so advanced. Well, yeah, but it'll have to do. Now, what we might want, and we do have some water, although some of it, this is salt water. We have enough water over here. I'll have to check the specs on the oil reservoir. Like, does it actually consume? Which it might, because typically a lot of times the way these work is you pump water down into the ground and the pressure of it pushes the oil or natural gas of it out. So it could be that this is a net water sink. Or maybe it's just going to produce dirty water. I didn't check. We'll have to see. But we might end up getting a localized water processing plant over here. And then the other thing is, okay, there's a cold biome, because I suspect this whole thing is going to generate a lot of heat. We will have to decide if we're pumping the oil to the surface or not. And I kind of feel like the answer might be yes, because I really don't want people to have to come down here very often once it's built. So I'm thinking we pipe the oil to the surface, well, to our base rather, and set up a plastic industry over there. We might still use some of the oil locally for local power generation to save me from running power all the way down. That might be something we do. We'll see. But in any case, we got to wrap it up here. And yes, I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm going to Stockholm for something from Paradox. No idea why. All I've been told is that it's not a sequel. It's a new thing. So we really have no idea what to expect. And it also means our next live stream is going to be next Monday, assuming Air Canada gets me back home in time. No stream this Wednesday. No stream this Saturday, because I'll be gonzo. So you can expect, especially on the Discord, I'm sure I'll be typing lots about what's going on with my trip. I might end up making some random little phone videos. That happens sometimes, we'll see, but I might be busy. There is Songs of Six queued up all the way through the 15th, I think? Let me double check. Songs of Six on YouTube. The 15th, there's a video. So the 16th, there definitely will not be a video because I won't be home yet. Well, unless I record one tomorrow morning, which could happen, but mostly I'm going to be worried about packing up tomorrow. So we'll see, but maybe it'll happen. So there might not be a Songs of Six on the 16th. And even though I get home on the 16th, and therefore I have the 17th available, I may not be able to record one on the 17th either, because I'm going to try to stream that day. Maybe none of that will work out, and maybe I'll be exhausted and dead. So it's entirely possible the next live stream, in fact, will be on Wednesday the 19th, but I'm going to try to be here for the 17th. So we'll see. We'll see. And yeah, the second I can, if it's a fancy game, cough twice, it's Cold War, cough 3 times. Yeah, I have no idea. Again, I can tell you exactly what I know, which is that it's apparently something new, not a sequel. And that's it. I think, I don't think I'm getting this wrong. I think it's the dev of Hoi 4, the lead developer of Hoi 4. That is the lead of this project, which doesn't necessarily mean anything. And I might be wrong about who it was. It is one of the things I'm allowed to tell you. The only doubt in my mind is whether I'm remembering correctly, but I think that was the case. So that may tell us something, or it may have nothing to do with anything, because like most game devs, they have a lot of different interests. So we'll see how it goes. So yeah, as soon as I know anything, I'll be talking about it. But right now I don't know nothing. Folks, thank you very much for coming out. Let's see if A Kiss for Luck is streaming. We'll give a raid over there. And I'll see you in a week from now. Oh, it's, I think that's Rhino streaming some Project Zomboid, which is one I want to revisit with some friends. So we'll see how it goes. New Princess Pony training program. Damn, you figured it out. Bye-bye, everybody.